let's only talk about retail and their problems, like savings accounts or credit cards or whatever, right? So that's the idea. That's the idea, and that's what we wanted to do. So how we would do this is basically we would throw some questions. Deepak has some questions ready for us, and we would be asking those questions, and uska MCQ is something that you're going to give us. So basically option 1, option 2, option 3, option 4, that's something that we are expecting from the audience itself, right? And whosoever Deepak selects, whatever 4 options that, Deepak selects that, oh, for this question, this is the perfect option. And then we will present it to vote for all of you. It will be done on Slido. So we will show it. So just go on to slido.com. We'll show the QR code also. So you just need to vote them. And whosoever wins gets a goodie bag. Right now, that's the fun element we wanted to bring. But overall, it's a workshop. Idea is to kind of, get to a method of thinking that how we can change retail problems, right? Retail banking problems. That's the overall idea. Deepak here brings a lot of experience from HDFC. Obviously, I'm sure more than 5 years, and you would have, if you know him, you know him. So welcome, Deepak, and glad to have you. I think we can start with our slides.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is, let's go to the next slide. I'm going to give all of you, so the game is very simple, okay? I'll ask you a question. You all have bank accounts. You all have problems with banks. You all have ideas. I'm sure everyone has a few ideas about how to improve, right? So we'll take your ideas, we'll discuss it, and then all of you all will vote on whose idea is the best. Okay, so whoever's idea is the best gets a goodie bag. There's a goodie bag here somewhere. Okay, so,
right,
the more you participate, the more your likelihood to win. Okay. So this is what I'm proposing. Okay, congratulations. You are the marketing head of a bank called Piggy Bank Limited. It's not a small bank. It's a big bank. So it's a large bank, top 10 in India. Don't worry. We just named it a funny name. Okay. Now, this bank has a few problems around marketing, retention. The topics we are talking about today. And let's try and get your ideas. And please do participate. And you'll get feedback from your peers saying, boss, I love your idea. Okay, they'll vote on it live on the screen, and you should be able to get feedback on your ideas. Okay, so let's go ahead. Now, what are the tools that you have? Obviously, marketing today is a lot of automation. It is a lot of technology, right? It's very technology intensive, data intensive. So what do you have? You have a website which you can personalize. You can put a message for a segment, change it, switch it over, so on and so forth. Okay. You have channels where you can communicate with the customer to solve that business problem. And I will give you the business problems one by one. Okay. You have email, you have SMS, you have WhatsApp, you have push notifications. You have a web analytics system, obviously very important, which lets you track everything, every single reaction to every single email, every single click, every single browsing behavior on the website and the app, and so on and so forth. Okay. Now, a CDP can track that analytics behavior, clickstream behavior, email open, what have you, and power any of the channels. Okay. And we also have the ability to create any sort of a web or a mobile app, application form, journey, so on and so forth. Now, these 5 things just keep in mind when you answer. And of course, you can let your imagination run wild. There are no limitations here. You can just, whatever you feel solves the problem, please do add. And we'll be happy to discuss them with you. Okay, let's go ahead. So the idea is to maximize customer value, right? For this imaginary bank for which you are the marketing head. That's the idea. Let's go ahead. Okay.
So yeah, please open your browser or QR code scanner. You can join on slido.com, type in this number that is there, or just scan the QR code and it would be live. Let me know when everyone has loaded it, or if anyone is facing any problem, then also you can let me know.
If scanning is a problem, just go to slido.com and enter this number.
Yeah. Or you can just scan the QR code and you will be redirected. Right. So we thought, after lunch, and I guess, this is pretty much the last session of BFSI, and a lot of learning has happened over the day. Let's put that into application today and, get your brains working. That's the idea.
Yeah,
Sure. So I guess everyone would have been ready by now.
yeah. So please don't. There is no wrong answer. Okay, please contribute.
Yeah.
There's no wrong answer. Let's go ahead. Let's go to the next slide.
Sure.
Okay. So banks have something called a digital account opening. I'm sure many of you have tried it. You put an Aadhaar number into it, and then it tells you a bunch of things to do, and you open an account. Okay. Now there is a big problem with this. Happened in the pandemic. You can go on your phone and do a video KYC, and the account gets opened, and so on and so forth. Okay. But there's a big problem with this. Though customer opens account without any hesitation, and it is easy to do from the comfort of your home, most banks are having a problem is that they don't put any money in the account. The account remains dormant, never gets funded, or gets very minuscule amount of money in it, which basically means the bank never makes any money. That's a typical problem in banking today, right? So this is essentially a retention problem, because the account opening is actually getting the customer inside. But then getting them to put money and then use the bank account is the problem statement that people are trying to solve for across all banking banks across the country, right? So this is what I would propose as the first problem, and you can use it, let your imagination run wild and figure out what you want to do to solve this problem as a marketing head of this bank.
I'll give you a bit of hypothesis here. So, it's a digital account opened and, digital KYC and all of that. So mostly we are assuming that, it's a younger audience who has kind of done it. And they would ideally not want to, have too much of funding into it, or maybe map all their different accounts to the current accounts. So various problem. They might not be aware of, different offers that are there with savings account gives you, or, the different cards or different loan options or whatever. I mean, those are the ideas that we are kind of expecting from you. So yeah, what according to you will be an effective way to increase the funding and keep the user account activated? Activation, how do you do that, right? So I'm expecting some impromptu answers from the audience. Anyone? Yeah.
You can tell them to keep a minimum balance, and as and when they increase the minimum balances, they get set of benefits that are associated with it, like better credit cards, better,
Okay.
that kind
Very
of
interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. I say, see, I'm being very, very selfish here, right? I'm trying to get ideas to make my job easier, and I've got a very good idea. That's a damn good idea. That's gamifying the balances, right? Every time you, so what you're saying is that every time you put 10,000, then what happens? Sorry, I'll just come to you. Sorry, so everyone else can hear.
So you can have like a basic level of credit card for that, right? And like a interest based, you have a pre-approved loan, right? So that can be offered to them, but it will have a little higher interest rate. As and when he increases the amount that he's putting in, your vintage is also increasing because he's staying for a longer time. You can offer better basis his credit score. You can offer better loans, better credit cards, better benefits to him that way.
Excellent. So, so essentially, what I've learned from this is what you're saying is that you have a tiered account where the more money you put in, the more benefits you get. For example, if you put 1 lakh rupees, the interest rate on the loan that you will get will be 14%. If you put 2 lakhs, it becomes 13.9%. That's what you're saying. So what do you want to call this? This is what gamified. What is this? Gamified funding? That is what gamified funding. So people remember. So I'm calling this gamified funding. Sir, what is your name? Shrideep. Okay. So gamified funding is what Shrideep is recommending to solve for the funding problem.
So
Yeah.
hi, President this side.
Yeah.
So QR funding is like really working well for us. So once when you onboard a customer, you send a QR code. Let's suppose we start for like 100 rupees. So you just track your past data that what would the first IP, that is initial funding, what you're coming in the system. So if the average funding is, let's suppose 200 rupees, so you just reduce it to 100 rupees and send a QR code of 100 rupees to the customer. Okay, so when customer scan that QR code, immediately you can redirect customer to Google Pay or Phone Pay, whatever app he's using, and he can immediately fund his account via QR code. So that is the way by which you can improve the funding percentage.
So what you're saying is that this is a easier payment option where you can, as soon as the account is opened, just scan a QR code and pull money using UPI from any bank account that you already have.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's the idea, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Any So sir, what is your name and just call it something, yeah?
Myself Prasanna.
Prasanna.
Yeah.
What are we calling it, boss? UPI.
QR funding. It's a
QR funding.
Yeah.
QR funding. Chalo. Prasanna, QR funding. Sorry, you have to run around a bit because you typed it in as you speak. You got that gentleman's name?
Yeah,
Sri. So we've had gamified funding, we have had QR funding. Okay, 2 ideas. Very good.
Hi, my name is Yesha. So yeah,
Hi, Yesha.
yeah. So what I think is, just because we are looking at a kind of a millennial audience with this account opening thing, why don't we create a loyalty program that people stick to? For example, why people use credit card is for the perks or the points that they get. Why don't we have something for the savings bank or a current bank account, savings bank account for this matter? Whatever transaction that they're doing, depositing money can turn into points. And then they can, not obviously the full points, but maybe a 10,000 can give them 5 points. Similarly, they can collect points and then redeem on a complete different website. So create a universe of your own. Just like, for example, for a credit card, what Cred does, they give you points for how much you pay, and then you can use those points to redeem offers. But this can be more like a youth base, like a Book My Show or
Right.
Miles or something like that.
Sorry, I forgot your name.
Yesha.
Yesha. So Yesha is a good marketer. Okay, what she's done is she learned and she hooked on the idea that this is a millennial, this is a young person, right? So young. No, game funding is his idea, right? This is something else. This is millennial. This is
Loyalty
This is
universe.
basically what you're saying is that the moment I put in money, I get some points which I can spend, let's say, at a startup's website who also want to get someone to try at least their product, right? Like a Cred does these days, right?
What
Let's
do you
call
call
it
this?
something.
What do we call it? Loyalty funding? No.
I don't know. Cred, call it Cred, yeah. This is Cred only, no?
Okay, let's call it cred level funding.
Cred level funding.
I think Mr. There also had some idea.
So yeah, I was just building upon what has been said. Maybe if you keep your account funded for a year, then you get some loyalty bonus. And if you have slab based like 10,000, 20,000, you can offer differentiated interest rates. For example, however much you have increased the amount in your account, you can get a higher interest rate. So it's not a new point actually. It's just building upon what has been said.
No, it's, so I think how is it different from his idea is that what he's saying, you reduce the interest rate as more money comes in. What you're saying is you start with 4% interest rate on savings account. If you have 5 lakhs, it becomes 5%, right? That's what you're saying. It's a very good one actually. इसको क्या बोलते हैं sir? You have to give it a name.
What is his name also? And your name as well. My name is Divyansh. Your idea's name. Think of a name, please.
Anyone can think of a name, yeah. Brand it. Huh? Increasing rates. Step up rates. Step up rates. Step up rates. Step up rates means, just remember when you're voting, step up rates means the more money that comes in the account, the higher interest rate you get. Very good. How many do we have now? 5 ideas? Wow, I'm going to tell my boss at least. Yeah. Okay.
Here I would suggest that when you do the marketing campaign to get these people on board, right? So what happens, people of course come and they open the account, but they don't fund. So already a lot of incentive or I don't know, something been given to people that people open the account and then they don't go to the next level. Maybe not from your end, but the agency or the partners through which you open. So for me, I suggest an idea that, so example, your cost of acquiring a customer is say 1,000 rupees, example. So do not go for opening, say, the 1,000 account and then you'll see in next 3 months funding happened only in 100 accounts. So cost per acquisition becomes so high for you. So basically, you do a tie-up, okay, have an alliance team, okay, where you have a, say, 10 gift, as this madam also, explained, some offers, right, which piles up to, say, maybe 2,500 or a 5,000 rupees. If I open an account and I manage I keep a 5,000 rupees or a 10,000, whatever value you decide, you'll get a worth, gift in some way. You can redeem it maybe after 3 months, or maybe after 6 months, or maybe after a year. And then people will keep it because ultimately they're going to get that money back. At the same time, they can utilize all your, superb services. And furthermore, I feel when the people, open their account, there are a lot many things. Like I'm also like HDFC Bank customer. It's an awesome bank. Dealing since 2007. It's just that there are many things which I was not aware of. I go and I swipe my card everywhere, and 5,000 rupees ka cashback is there, but you have to go on the site and then redeem it in some way. These things needs to be educated, and then you can have.
Okay, well, let's pick that one. Let's pick that one. Is that customer does not understand what are the benefits. So, for example, if I swipe my card, debit card for 5,000 rupees, I have this cashback, and I never know it is there, and I never utilize it. So I never put 5,000 rupees back again to still again try if the offer is still available. Right? That's what you're saying.
This is one idea, and the second idea I said that you need to, as the adding it to this, madams, this that you incentivize them by do not have 100 clients, just go for a 50, but maybe those all 50 must have balance in the account. Okay, so for that, just give them something in terms of you redeem this, redeem here, redeem there, some vouchers, something which you come with, you get it with the opening kit or whatever you say.
Okay.
Right?
I know. So let's give it a name. Give it a name. Call it something.
Maybe a happy box, or maybe a I don't know,
account.
Maybe a Santa Claus box. I don't know what you say.
Okay.
Happy account. Or
Happy account. Let's call it happy
yeah.
account. Okay, we have five answers now. Okay, let's hold it at that. Okay, yeah. 5 accounts and sorry, not 5 accounts, 5 votes.
I don't know. You can make it more excited if the account is targeted to.
No, it'll be exciting. No, ma'am, it'll be exciting when we all
Santa
vote.
gift, anything you can give it.
Yeah. No, we can give a lot of gifts, but we have to also make money. No, we can't just give a.
Money will come for sure, na, because you are giving cash back. Why not?
Okay. All right. Okay. So we have 5 answers. Yeah. Ma'am, what is your name?
Jyoti Sharma.
Jyoti Sharma. Okay, so we have 5 answers to this problem statement that people open accounts, do video KYC, but never put money in the account. Okay, so we have 5 ideas. Just try and recollect.
So on the Slido link, you will find this. The poll activated. Sure, we're getting votes also. 2 votes, 3. All of us can vote.
Yeah, please vote. Please vote. Let's see.
Leaving me and Deepak, all of us can vote.
Yeah. So we'll give it 1 minute for voting, and
Yeah.
please do vote for your for the idea that you like the most, so that person gets a nice gift.
Oh yeah, 14 votes. Step up rates is
15 votes. Okay, very good.
nice.
Wow, Divyansh.
Divyansh
is killing it.
step up
boss.
rates.
Oh, Jyoti has just entered the game. Huh?
Yes.
Very good. Cred. Oh, cred is a. Okay, very good.
Credit level funding, right? Yesha gave that idea.
It's a lot of fun, right? Huh? Is this fun, no? Very good. So next, now everyone participate now in the next question, okay? It'll be fun.
So we have 2 more questions, by the
We
way.
have 2 more questions, and we'll have.
Pretty
some-
brilliant one. ये तो सिर्फ एक्टिवेशन पे ही था.
चलो 25 पे हो जाए. 25 पे खत्म करते हैं.
25. Oh, it's 26. We'll wait for 40 seconds.
Shrideep is not going to catch up, yaar. Sorry, Shrideep, yaar. I think you're stuck at 19%.
We'll just wait for 30 more seconds, and I think we can close.
Okay.
27 votes.
Brilliant. I'm going to tell my boss all of these now. These are all my ideas, as far as he knows. Okay.
I think we're almost done. There's a lot of catching up to be done. 48%, and the second one is 19. So, और 3 वोट भी आए तो भी मुझे लग रहा है 48 को बीट कर पाएंगे.
नहीं होगा ये, नहीं होगा.
Okay,
But
well
done.
Shrideep is going on 21. Gamified funding. So I believe everyone remembers the ideas, right? I mean, we are not just voting in dark. We remembered the
Yeah,
idea
I
of
think
what
people
we
remember, yeah.
discussed.
The step-up rates, if I remember correctly,
Okay.
is that if you put 1 lakh rupees, you get 4% interest rate on savings account. If you put 5 lakh rupees, you get 5%. That's a good one. In fact, my boss happens to be the head of liabilities for HDFC Bank, by the way. I'm going to tell him this. Okay. So can we have him on stage?
Yes.
Please,
Step
Divyansh,
Divyansh.
come on stage. Let's give you a goodie bag. Very brilliant idea, boss. Huh? I
Yes.
didn't think
Sorry?
No, of course. You can't just put 5 lakh one day and then remove it, right? Obviously. Very valid point, sir. Very valid point. Yeah. The lock-in period of 1 year. Lock-in period of 1 year. Sir,
We have
second
the
round,
next
you please
question.
participate now.
So instead of 4, you give a 4.25.
Every day the interest rate goes up. Yeah. Okay. Anyway. Well done. So every banker is now going to go do this everywhere and get ideas for their next appraisal. You know what I mean? That's a good one. Okay, chalo, let's go to the next question.
Next
Okay.
question. This is on activation/retention. Deepak, please.
Okay, so credit card market in India is a very interesting market. Okay, it has not gone beyond 8 crore customers the last 10 years. It's very funny, right? Of course, banks are stingy with credit cards. Are CIBIL score kam hai sir aapka, so on and so forth. We are very scared, very afraid, right? And the credit card market is 10% of India's population of 130 crores, more or less. Okay, and this is a big problem because this RBL bank has come now, IndusInd Bank has come. Now these new banks have come. One card has come, giving credit cards out. What are we doing? We are giving the same person multiple credit cards. Okay, so what is happening? The average spend on a card for a bank is going down. That's a big problem, right? So an RBI on top of this, in their wisdom, has come with one more googly. You know what that googly is? So what RBI now says is that if you are a banker and if you're a bank or a credit card issuer and you issued a card to, let's say, Shrideep. Shrideep has to swipe that card in the first 30 days. If you don't swipe it, the card has to be cancelled. And his CIBIL wiped clean that this card is with him. Okay. Big problem. Now this is an activation/retention problem. Big card. See, a lot of us as marketeers have been living the acquisition sort of lifestyle, right? And then retention is actually difficult. Get them to use the card. If you don't swipe the card, if you don't pay the minimum balance, the bank does not make money. So that's the biggest problem. Profitability is directly impacted, right? As you all know, whoever is from banking, right? So obviously the credit card product manager is having sleepless nights, saying, boss, my card becha, then also my appraisal is screwed. I have to get the customer to start using the card within the first 30 days, otherwise I have to cancel the card. Okay? Card gets cancelled if you don't get the customer to swipe it in the first 30 days. So this is a business problem across most banks or even an NBFC, anyone who's issuing a credit card today. Okay? So what should a marketer do in this case? I've acquired the customer, I've physically delivered the card to them, but I have to get them to swipe it in the first 30 days or it's cancelled, 0.
So now
Yes,
the
sir.
ideas are really flowing in.
Yes, sir.
So
In the black jacket. Sir.
Okay, yeah.
Him. Yeah.
Hi, this is Saurabh. So I'm very much familiar with this problem. You make a lot of efforts to sell credit cards. You have different channels as a bank. You have your sales channel. You have your digital channel. The cost of acquisition matters for different channels. If you're going through sales, you end up spending a lot of money. With the digital channels, it's lesser, but then it's still there is a cost involved. And in the end, you find out that the customer has gotten the credit card and he has not activated it. And that's why you had to cancel it because of the RBI regulation. Now, what I've noticed that people are doing across banks is they have started giving some kind of voucher, some kind of gift voucher, like an Amazon voucher or something, if you transact within your first 30 days for a certain amount and all. But though this is like widely recognized, everybody is doing it, you end up like burning more money in this process as a bank. So what you could actually do is, as an alternative, there are certain benefits that are associated with your card, which you have convinced the customer, and that is why he has bought it in the first place. So why not make it a new rule that you have to transact within first 30 days in order to be eligible for those benefits?
Give an example of the benefit that you have in mind.
Say for example, a millionaire credit card from HDFC Bank itself. It has benefits like 5% cashbacks across 8 platforms which are widely recognized. But if you want to be eligible to get those cashbacks, you have to make a transaction within the first 30 days. It could be any transaction, any amount, but you have to make transaction. What this does is, it's also a problem of activation.
Okay, so what you're saying is there is some sort of a psychological behavioral economics that you want to say ki if you don't swipe in the first 30 days, this 5% cashback on a Make My Trip, for example, is now becomes null and void on day 31.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you want to call it? Give it a name so people remember. Give it a name. Anyone can give it a name. What do you want to call it?
Activate or
Die. इसमें concept नहीं है. People will forget. Concept नहीं है इसमें. When they vote, they'll forget.
hit or miss.
Huh?
Hit or miss.
Activate or no discount. Chalo. Activate or no discount.
Okay.
Let's put that as. Sir, what is your name?
Saurabh Jaiswal.
Saurabh. Okay, ma'am gets to pick now. Lady, our MC will pick. Ma'am, please go ahead and pick.
So today people are getting credit cards. In fact, I have 3 in my wallet right now.
Of course.
But the point is that many of the times in many of places, I'm not able to use my credit card because of an MDR.
Okay.
So there are multiple payment gateways which are charging their own MDRs, and then it becomes costly for a customer to actually use it. So as a bank, as well as while issuing the credit card, if we can rule out some kind of an universe, if we can roll out some kind of universe, wherein in that particular we can offer those kind of payment gateway services to the vendors or to some specified people, and then using that particular service, the credit card will be charged less or it might be zero. So for example, I have an HDFC Bank credit card, wherein for the fuel expenses, I get that cashback at the end of the month. So might not be at the same time, but if you can give out that 1% or whatever MDR is being charged at the back at the end of the month, that would boost up the use, because otherwise there's no reason to not to use it.
Okay. Very good. So for non-banking people, MDR is a merchant discounting rate. What that means is every time you swipe your credit card, the merchant where the swipe is happening, let's say a petrol pump, they charge you a percentage of the total fuel cost that you have just swiped. Okay. So what you're saying is first 30 days, no MDR. That's the idea. So no charges at when you swipe. Can you call that idea? No charges if you swipe for first 30 days.
First 30 days. So no charges for first 30 days.
By? What's your name, sir? Saurabh. You have two Saurabhs. No. Saurabh, surname boliye. Saurabh Soni.
Sony.
Saurabh S.
Saurabh S. Okay.
So no discount for, no Indian, there may be non-banking people here. No charges for the first 30 days. Madam will pick.
I'll come to you, sir.
So hi, my name is Manish. Hello.
Hi, Manish.
So 2-3 approaches. One could be outbound let's survey to be sent to that lot of customers who have signed up in the last 60 days. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, you are.
And then try to assess have very pointed questions, 5 or 6 of them, that there was a purpose why people buy cards. So either it's a co-branded one with a certain preferences that I go for movies more and so on and so forth, and see that whether they have utilized that, or was that the sales was just a sales push, and then they have bought because there were some goodies promised at the one. So then that will give an idea to retention managers that why they have not activated, because largely people go for cards for lifestyle users and which are free of cost. So that will give some sense. Second is see what is trending in industry which he's interested. If we have that demographics data in the last 30 days, and if there are products or services which he's or she's intending to buy, and can it be a discount voucher can be attributed with a third party, so that the person can be prompted or asked that do you have insurance policy payment due in this month, or any other your utility services, I can give you a discount of 5-10%. That could be a trigger as well. So
okay, let's put some marketing event, right? Let's put some marketing into this. You have been issued a card. So I came to your house, filled the application form, you gave it to me. It came to you by Blue Dart. In this process, how will you figure out what segment I belong to? Or what psychographic I belong to, or what sociographic, whatever. How do you figure out that part?
No, so if you fill the form as well, and see, it all about the intelligence of the person selling as well. They can always know the preferences why the people buying certain level of cards. A lot of people do for lifestyle fuels. We all know that as bankers and as marketers. So it is a kind of conversation which you can strike, but that is what I'm saying, followed by an outbound call process where you can get to know that what are the reasons why he could not, why in the first place he bought that card. That is the first thing. And why he didn't use it, how I can really make him use that. By
Very good. Okay.
very, very small nominal, I would say, incentivization, not like over the board discounts.
Understood. So what you're saying is, don't end your journey at acquiring the card, acquiring the customer, acquisition. But the moment the acquisition has happened, go to them, go omni-channel, right? Shoot them an email, shoot them a WhatsApp. Ask them, boss, kya pasand hai aapko? What do you spend on? And use that to then trigger a voucher saying, boss, I know you said you like to shop for electronics. There's a Amazon voucher or a Tata Click voucher, right? Okay, so that's what he's saying.
Yeah, because everybody has a kind of a planned or a impulse buying in a given month. So out of say 10 items, 5 from planned purchases and 3 or 4 impulses, something can be worked out.
Okay, so can you give it a name so people can identify and then vote for it?
Maybe creative solutions.
नहीं समझेगा. Creative नहीं.
My name is Manish Dalmia.
Let's give it a name. Let's call it segmented. Survey करके then you are sending the offers.
I think idea is a little vague. My personal opinion. Cannot happen at petrol pump selling of the cards.
That is also true. That is also true.
So, I mean, yeah.
Okay, next. Let's go to next.
Sure. I mean, we can still reevaluate.
Yeah.
We can reevaluate and
give it a name. Give it a name. It has to have a name.
I'm kind of thinking of a name. What do we give?
The preferences based offers.
Okay. Let's hear more ideas also.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, so my scheme idea is that the credit cards are issued normally, everything is standard. The person who pays 15 days before the due date, he gets 10% cash back. And there's also another option he can pay 2 weeks after the due date and he'll not be charged any interest rates. So I call it relax pay.
But how does that apply to, sorry, if you go back to the slide. So we have to activate the customer in the first 30 days, right? So how would this kind of nudge them towards that?
See, the person is, then I would like him to spend every day on anything, any value, even if he spends 50 rupees. So that's what I would look at to activate. And the scheme only applies then for these two, any of the options.
Okay.
Okay. So I call it relax pay.
Relax pay. Oh, very good. We'll give it a brand name also. Okay. So relax pay. Can you just summarize it for the crowd?
So relax pay would be.
The first option will be you pay 15 days before the due date, you get 10% cash back. Or if you pay 15 days after the due date, date, you will not be charged any interest.
Okay. Relax pay. Sir, what is your name?
Girish, relax pay.
Yeah, relax pay and Girish. Okay. There's one more person there. Let's go to him. Okay. In the green t-shirt. Yes, sir.
Hi, I'm Badhan. So this idea is based on customer profiling and incentivizing the customer. So consider any bank credit card, you'll have tie-ups with various clubs and other things where you have discounts offered. Maybe you incentivize it based on customer profiling because you already have the customer data that in the nearby area where you stay, an X club membership which probably gives you a 10% discount, maybe you'll have a higher discount of maybe 20% or something like that if you are using the card in the first 30 days.
So nearby is the word you used. Can you expand on that, nearby?
Location based.
Okay, so location based. So location, what you're saying is, okay, so if I'm just going to rephrase so people understand and when they are voting, they are able to appreciate. So if I stay in Andheri, I got a card today. And if I stay in Andheri East, you look at all the local petrol pumps in Andheri East. And when I fill up there, instead of getting 5% cashback, I'll get 10% cashback in the first 30 days.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. So location-based increased cashback in the first 30 days. Sir, what is your name?
Bodhayan, B-A-U.
Yeah.
B-A-U-D-H-A-Y-A-N.
Very good. Badai.
Bodhayan.
Badai.
Thank you.
How many do we have now? 5? Should we do one more? Okay, there are many hands, by God. Madam, you pick now. I don't want to be put in the spot. You pick.
Folks.
Someone at the front here if you want to give a chance.
Yes.
So again, this is the problem statement. Just connect it to this one.
Yep. Hi. So I would like to call the campaign as a survey-based activation campaign. So basically, in the first 30 days, the customer will get a message that, there's a survey, just one question. If you answer the question, you will get a X rupee or voucher. So which could be something like a 200 rupee Book My Show voucher, for example. So he or she answers the question, they immediately get the voucher. Now the voucher, there'll be two things. One, it will be time bound. So you have to use the voucher within, let's say, 5 days or 7 days, anytime before this 30-day period, right? So we have to time the campaign like that. And second important condition is that the voucher will also be locked to the credit card. So if it's like a 150 rupee voucher, for example, on Book My Show, right? When you go on Book My Show, typically you'll make a payment of more than that, right? A ticket these days costs like 300 rupees. So if you have to make that extra payment, you will have to use your, in this case, this bank credit card.
Okay.
So in that way, it will sort of get activated in any case. So, yeah.
So summarize, what you're saying is, if I get a card today, immediately tomorrow I get a SMS, a WhatsApp, an email, what have you, telling, please take this survey. You will answer only one question, right? Which entails, what do you like to do out of, let's say, shopping, movies, dining, so on and so forth. And if I pick one, let's say I pick movies, you immediately get a 30 rupee voucher, but you have to swipe your card to use that voucher. Can you brand it? You're a marketer. Brand it. What do you call this?
Survey-based activation. Survey-based service activation, rather.
Survey-based service. Okay, take it.
I mean, whatever service that he wants to choose, right?
I hope people remember. Survey-based. Survey-based.
Or you have a better name?
If you want to win the votes, you have to differentiate yourself. So it should tell what it means. This is survey, but it's to get your preference actually. Sir, next round. I think we have 5 now. Sorry. Next question. There's one more question. You try your luck there.
So if any of you have missed it or joined it later, this is the Slido activation link, right? Slido.com. You can go onto the link or go enter the number. All right. Whoa.
Can you see the names on your screen?
Yeah, names are kind of lost.
I think I remember who's who. Survey-based. Yeah. पैसा कैसे बनेगा?
We are fintechs.
बॉस अब हमारे पास वेंचर फंडिंग नहीं है सर, प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड, नहीं चला सकते. Okay, so activate or not discount who was it?
Yeah. Activate or not discount is Saurabh. Second one is no charges for the first 30 days. One more, Saurabh S. Relax Pay by Girish. Location based increased cashback by Baubuyam. And survey based service activation by Gautam.
Relax Pay.
Relax Pay.
It requires more marketing. I think you have to like really send it like a bunch of WhatsApps. So it will just
Relax Pay. Any more buyers for that? Anyone wants to change their vote? They can do that as well. It will reflect.
So I think
We got 24. So last time we got 29. I thought we'll have more audience now.
I don't think cover up hoga. Jo
Yeah, please.
I think 500 rupees, if I'm not wrong. Good question. Yeah, anyone knows the right answer? Any amount, any amount. Yeah, then RBI, we were gaming RBI here, so which they don't like sometimes. ₹1 करके छोड़ दिया. Anyway, who's the winner, boss?
Activate or no discount by Saurabh.
Saurabh, please come. Please come. Thank you so much. हाँ, Monday को boss को नहीं पता नहीं तुम्हारा idea, ठीक है? Don't worry. Okay, let's go to the final question for today. Let's make it interesting. This is a tougher one. This is a very tough one. Again, slightly. Let's look at the younger demographic. Typically, younger people under 35. What happens? And whoever is older, look back in history. You must have done the same thing. The moment the job changes, you go to a new company. They say, "Oh, sir, यहाँ पे Stancy मिलेगा, यहाँ पे Kotak मिलेगा." You choose one. You forget ICICI who you had account for 10 years. You forget it. चलो नया account है. Start using it. The banks suffer this problem a lot. Because people, I mean, the one is that the industry is, everyone thinks banks are homogeneous, which is our problem. But they tend to take whatever salary account is presented on in induction day. And they switch over their salaries to a new bank altogether, and then salary stops coming into your bank. It's a very typical problem for most banks, especially with the younger demographic. Okay, so the churn rate is increasing since salaried customers are a big segment for most banks. And as a marketer, your challenge is to make them stay. So, to summarize, you joined a new company, you went there, and in the induction, someone did not give your bank's account opening form. They get someone else's account opening form. Salary was previously coming into your bank's account. But then, in spite of him opening account there and pointing his salary payments to the other bank, how do you keep them to stay with you? What are some tactics you will use to make this happen? And I think, Vishal, you have a hypothesis which you want to share?
I do. So basically, it's a younger audience, right? So you can imagine data insights are not typically coming in the traditional bank or even the private sector banks back to the bank, and then in turn, its marketing channels are also not reflecting that back to what to work on that, right? So that's the hypothesis on this. Typically younger audience, how do we kind of get back, the salary accounts that we have? So yeah, sure. Salaried account, which has been exactly.
You are the old bank. Yeah. So sure. You are the old bank. Your customer has gone to another company and he has been offered another bank's account as a salary account. And they have said, okay, salary stops coming to your bank account and starts going to the other bank account. The new bank account. What do you do as the old bank and the marketer at the old bank? That's the question.
So salary account has been kind of deactivated.
Yes. In the younger demographic, yes.
You want to talk on the hypothesis first?
He's the organizer, man. So, he cannot like this.
We'll respect Garish.
No, so your data analytics should tell you that salary has stopped coming immediately. Sorry I gave it away, but take it, chalo. And how do you act on that data analytics? First, have to build the data analytics immediately. You should know first about रुक गया salary. बहुत bank में होता ही नहीं है. You wake up 60 days later, salary रुक गया है. Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
So what we can do is we can give him incentives or any kind of vouchers or anything what we want to do, cashbacks, maybe any kind of reward on basis of his vintage. So whatever longer duration he holds his account with the bank, the longer he'll get those benefits.
and at the same time he might get a higher interest rate or discount on his loans or whatever, whichever kind of bank want to incentivize the customers for holding that bank account for a longer period. So we can keep it into slab wise also, so that if you are holding it for 5 years, for example, instead of 4%, you might get 4.25%. And if it goes beyond 10 years, you might get 4.5 or something of that kind. So the longer he holds that banking relationship with that particular bank, the higher the benefits he gets.
So the salary stopped coming. My account is 10 years old. You multiply 10 by, let's say, I don't know, 0.1. You give a 1% increased savings account interest rate.
Maybe that
for the next 1 year.
Exactly. So whenever the bank understands that he has stopped the salary, we can send him a mail or communication stating that please revise your, please revisit that in the same bank, and he'll get a higher interest rate.
Give it a name.
So
Give it a name.
Vintage benefits.
Vintage based account interest rate benefits. Chalo.
Vintage based benefits. I actually relate to this idea a lot.
Startup bro idea.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it.
So Deepak, the startup bro idea is that salary typically comes on the first. Okay. If I were the bank and I had enough VC money backing me, I'd credit that account a day before. On the 30th, 31st, or 28th, whichever the day. I'm going to credit because I know the salary. I've been seeing that salary every month. So I'll credit the exact amount a day before and put some auto debit on that account. Now, basically, lock the guy to the point of changing behavior. If the guy sticks around enough, will be used to getting salary on the 31st, as opposed to what they get on first, and plan their spends accordingly, outgo accordingly.
Interesting.
So we want to call it. This is a startup bro idea. Startup
Actually, it's not a complete loss because it's a credit line. What the bank calls
it's sort of a credit line.
It's a credit line that you're giving.
You'll know it on the very first month when the guy is out, because the auto debits is not going to happen, or
auto credit,
the credit is not going to happen. Yeah. So you'll know that this is the miss. Some automation required for sure.
Of course.
But I think that's a way to hook the guy in.
So it is a credit line equivalent to your salary on the day previous to your salary credit.
Shall we call it credit line? The idea?
Yeah, early credit line.
Early credit line.
Early credit line.
Let audience also.
I think I hope you all got it, right? It's your salary was 1 lakh rupees. Okay, your salary stopped coming. Your account immediately gets 1 lakh rupees credited into that account as a credit line which you can spend. Of course, we'll collect it back from you if you spend it and don't return it back, but it's given to you. Yeah.
Sorry, your name? Saurabh. Any more ideas?
Let's get someone new. Huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Sonal. Being a marketer, I think if I want the guy not to move to any other bank and stay with me, so I might want to run a payday campaign on like an ads on social media, so that and create some kind of an emotional nudge, like you're missing on your benefits that you've been holding for so long. You enjoyed all the benefits with HDFC all this while, and so many points you have redeemed, and you enjoyed all these benefits. So some kind of a emotional nudge as well as something, and also that he's missing on an opportunity. He stayed with that bank. He's been loyal and trusted that bank for a very long time, and since he's now just changing the company, he's changing his bank account. So that kind of trust has also built over a period of years. He or she's been transacting all this while. So I think an emotional nudge as well as I think that is going to help. Some kind of a ads campaign will help you.
Emotional nudge in terms of what? That
like
we are sorry to see you leave, or is there a financial aspect to this?
Financial aspect as well. Like he or she has enjoyed a lot of benefits earlier. For example, he have saved 10,000 rupees by using his credit. Has redeemed all the points. For example, on the spends also you get points. So he must have redeemed those points and enjoyed those points. So it's like, I should continue to stay there.
Got it. Okay, so basically what you're saying, over the last, what the gentleman said, vintage of 5 years, 3 years, whatever, your total cumulative saves through cashback was 25,000 rupees.
Yeah.
right? And you want to say, do you want to continue saving 25,000 rupees?
Yeah.
Please set a transaction
Yeah,
that
it's
sends
kind
your
of
entire
reminder.
salary to my old bank
Yeah.
on salary day, right? That's what you want to say.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Whatever. Let's call this something.
Payday benefits.
Yeah. Come. Chalo. That's a good one. Come back or else. Bye, madam. What's your name?
Sonal.
Sonal. Okay. You've not passed. You've not given. Okay, very good. Let's go to him.
Hello, so this is Prathamesh. So basically, if you want to retain somebody, we in generally in MBA we are taught that we need to increase the switching cost of somebody if that person wants to create another salary account. So you have to lose on the benefits that he has already been to. So in order to increase the switching cost of somebody, we should attach to the additional benefits. So the general utility things like the electricity bill, the EMS that he is paying on the regular basis. So if he switches to some other account, he have to redo all the official work. Okay, so more and more switching costs we go on adding to the salaried account of a person and give more benefits if they apply for auto EMI payment or auto electricity bill payment, auto premium payment. So we should engage them more and more into that so that their switching cost increases, and because of which they won't switch to different accounts all over.
One of the biggest hooks this way is the home loan EMI payment. Yeah, whichever bank has your home loan EMI payment attached to it, you put the money in that bank. Yeah,
But we are missing out the point that
I know the point he's making is he increase the switching cost.
and one other point is that this guy is already gone.
Yeah.
So it's might as well.
No, but he has standing instructions. No, what we call standing instructions. Basically, you don't have to go and look at the electricity bill every month and then pay it. It auto debits, right? It's something already set for years.
Okay.
Right.
Prathamesh, give idea the name. Switching cost.
No. Let's make it simpler. Okay, so you're not increasing the switching cost because the standing instructions are the same. They're not changing. You're making them aware of the switching cost. That your account has zero balance now, or account has balance lesser than what a typical electricity bill per month is. So when your bill comes, we will not be able to automatically pay it, right? Similarly, if your monthly Vodafone bill or broadband bill is linked to your account, if your account balance goes below it, and we know salary has stopped coming, you tell you, ki boss, next time your broadband bill comes, we are not going to be able to pay it. So put at least some money. वहाँ से नए बैंक से 10% 15% लो salary का यहाँ बेचते रहो, right? So at least some money is there with the old bank. Give it a name. Okay, give it a name. Vishal.
Anyone else
For the name. Hassle compulsions, hassle bills. Chalo, hassle bills. It's because it's about bills. It's about paying bills on time. Hassle bills. Okay. One last one. Okay.
Hi.
Let's get fresh people. Sorry.
Hi, I'm Lalit from Cinch. We can sign a e-mandate, from 1st of or 5th of every month, and the amount goes to transfer. It gets transferred, and as and when it is transferred, we can give some kind of benefit. Plus, we can also upgrade the credit card associated to that particular account, and also, we can track the spends and the deposit that has been made, during the year, and we can define tiers, and accordingly, the customer can be rewarded according to the spends and the deposits made.
So you're basically upgrading the customer's card and the tier they are in with the particular bank.
Yeah. The
Immediately
bank.
immediately as the ये profitable होगा नुकसान ना होगा ना I'm just thinking. Yeah, I guess. I mean, if you have to see, to get the benefits, you have to swipe the card.
Yes.
You have to operate the account to get the benefits.
You get
That's
the
a good one,
revenue
actually.
as well as you can.
So what do you want to call it? Revenge upgrade. What is this? Huh? Revenge upgrade. What is?
Auto upgrade.
Revenge upgrade. It's a good one, actually. It's like, sorry, paisa nahi de rahe ho, but I've upgraded you. Now what? Huh? No benefits for you.
Lalit.
Retention. Lalit, chalo. We have 5, Vishal? Okay. So, yeah, let's vote. So, let's go for 25 votes this time, or 30 votes, and let's see who wins. He's very happily voting for himself, I can see. Yeah. He's allowed, of course. One vote you can give. Wow, we have a close one this time.
Hassle bills.
Hassle bills. So funny. Hassle bills. Wow, I like a close race. Come on, let's do it. Saurabh and Prathamesh. Very close one.
Wow. 28 and 28%. 20.
Wow. Lalit has come from behind. Huh? It's like IPL, boss. Hey, we can make an app out of this. Dream is also a revenge upgrade.
The name is revenge upgrade.
It's a close one, like IPL.
Yeah.
Listen, last over finish, man. Really.
Yeah.
Sonal, come on. Who are we cheering for? Sonal or Prathamesh?
We're just 20 right now? 29 to 27 to 20?
I think some folks have left. So we are left with 21, 22. Oh, just. Oh,
come back or else.
Sonal put on a WhatsApp group or something with her friends.
What a comeback.
What a comeback, really, yeah. So I think we'll not get more.
Lot of ups and downs.
I think we are done.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sonal, let's have you on stage.
Oh, we got one more.
Oh, we got one more. Okay, very good.
Something changed. Or someone has changed the vote. I think from 21. We are still on 21.
Itna involved hai koi. It's like,
yeah, you can change the vote. If you have already voted, you can again, if you think your ideas or you want your friends to.
What is this? Boss, do we have two? Like, we don't have. Okay, tiebreaker.
Come back. Wow. नहीं आ गया. 23 हो गए. I'm sure this is getting outsourced now.
कोई तो डाला है WhatsApp ग्रुप में इसका. Wow. Okay. So.
Come back or else.
You have to say
yes.
24 and over. 24 and over. Yeah, 23 and over.
I don't think 24 is happening.
Give it some time. Give it a time limit, boss. Huh? 30 minutes? 30 seconds? Or 10 seconds? So 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chalo. Sonal, come on stage. Well done. Well done. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Another idea for my boss. Huh? Monday I'm looking so cool, boss. Not even funny. Hey, मुझे slide भेजना. Vishal, मैं दिखाएगा सर Monday को. Okay, thank you very much. Vishal, you want to do the closing comments?
Yes, I think it was a pretty good session in terms of, activation and retention. We mostly talk about the, retail problems of the banking, right? How do you activate your credit card? How you activate your savings bank account, and lot of good ideas. So yeah, very happy to see you. And this would be mostly the closing of BFSI track as well. This is the last session from HDFC Bank by Deepak Oram. And I guess, thank you very much.